everyone, and welcome to Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. My name is Jessica Fuentes, and I am a certified professional coach. I will be here every Saturday talking about transformation. How to transform those difficulties you encounter throughout your life into lessons. How can you transform that victim mindset into one of opportunity and growth? If you want to transform your life, the key is to learn and realize that you have everything you need within yourself. If you are looking for a safe place to find inspiration, motivation, and the tools to become empowered, then this is the podcast to listen to. This podcast is brought to you by my website, Empowered-SelfLove.com. Thank you for joining me every Saturday. And I want to thank you all for listening every week. Thank you for your support and for making Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast, part of your Saturday routine. I am extremely thankful and grateful for your warm welcome. My hope is to bring you the tools that enriches your life and that helps you become more empowered. So thank you for sharing with your friends and family, and let's continue to spread the knowledge and the inspiration. In this episode, I will be talking about healing. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me this Saturday, and I wish for you to feel well, energetic, and ready for today's topic, which is healing. There is so much people out there that are hurting. They are hurting and they don't even know it, or they just simply ignore it. It becomes a norm to live our lives carrying old pains and traumas. However, the way people treat others reflects their lack of trust, their frustrations, their fears, and their insecurities, among many other things. We are constantly in defense mode because we are fearful that someone will hurt us, or lie to us, or simply pretend to be someone they are not. We tend to hide our darkest secrets, and we pretend to be okay in the eyes of everyone outside our internal world, meaning our head. It is like a self-defense mechanism, because we put a shield to pretend we are perfectly fine. I'm not suggesting you go out and burst out all of your traumas to anyone and to everyone. No, of course not. But why, instead of pretending to be fine, can't we just focus on healing the traumas and whatever pains us? That way, we won't need to live our lives pretending. Instead, we can just be free. Now, healing is not an easy task. It is not easy to accomplish. It takes time. Trust me. I know. But what happens? Life happens. Life continues, and we need to continue along with our routines, with our jobs, our responsibilities. And as a result, we end up failing in finding the necessary time for us to heal. The problem starts to arise when we don't take care of our internal things. We pile up damaged emotions. We accumulate all of the hurting without realizing that one day it will explode in our faces. Have you thought about how many people out there have mental health issues? We see people being aggressive towards others. We see hatred. We see bullying. We encounter liars and pretenders. And maybe we are those that pretend and lie. We see people having nervous breakdowns or suffering from anxiety. But we don't see many people looking to heal from any of that, because society has taught us that if you need to seek help from a psychologist, that means you're crazy. Or if we need medication to help us handle our depression or our anxiety or even the ADD or ADHD, we are seen as weak. However, we do medicate ourselves if we have a headache, or if we have a heart condition, or if we have any other medical condition. But God forbid we get medication for anything related to our mental health? Why is it seen as something wrong for us to seek help or care for our mental health? Why is it seen as something bad or as people being weak or even crazy? Well, that comes from history. So I Googled it and I found that in the mid-1800s, psychology was considered a branch of philosophy and not of science. And some people still argue that it is not a science, but some social behavioral problem. Not too far along in the 1930s, people who suffered from depression were placed in asylums and given electric shocks and many other torturing treatments, like we have seen in the movies. So therefore, since the treatments were so traumatic and physically damaging, the patients didn't seem to improve, obviously. And therefore, they were labeled as crazy. The solution was to isolate them and lock them up. So in my opinion, those treatments were the ones who were insane, and whoever practiced them on those patients were the actual crazy people. I don't want to get you bored with all that history, but it is important to mention it and to bring it up because that is the reason why mental health has a bad reputation in our society. I can also say that our ego is also involved in this idea. We assume that if we are not mentally strong, we are therefore weak, and everyone will think of us as not being good enough. However, as important as it is for us to take care of our physical health, we need to also take care of our mental health and give it the same importance. So, how do we heal? How can we find out those things that have traumatized us and that are hurting us and we don't even realize? Well, the first step is to accept and realize that you need healing. That will require you to do a self-evaluation. And this is something that I have been mentioning and saying in my past podcasts. Self-evaluate yourself, do a self-assessment. So if you find yourself feeling stressed and anxious or inexplicably sad, you need to take a pause and begin a journey of healing and start with this self-evaluation. Even if you don't experience any of these symptoms I mentioned, maybe you are constantly feeling defensive or aggressive, or maybe you overreact and then you regret it. Maybe you feel frustrated or feel unimportant or unsuccessful. All of these are signs that show that you are hurting in some way and therefore you need healing. So in order for us to aim to heal, we need to find the root of the problem. If you want to embark in this journey on your own, that is perfectly fine, and that's how I did it. So if I did it, you can also do it. I did require some guidance during my process, and I will try my best to share with you the steps that I followed and the things that I did that helped me, and I hope that they help you in this new journey that you are about to embark in your healing process. These are things that I still do, so this journey never ends. It's a continuous process. But the first step is to make the decision that you will commit yourself into healing. If you don't make that commitment with yourself, you won't reach the goal. Once the decision is made, you will need some guidance as well. You can start by researching into finding books that can help you during this process. Books related to self-help and psychology. Since I am not a psychologist or a therapist, that was a must for me. And reading was one of the things I did during my journey of healing. And doing so helped me incredibly. So much that I made it a habit to read. So I'm here speaking based on my personal experience and what worked for me. I read a book that truly helped me, and I had mentioned it before. The book is called Love Me, Don't Leave Me: Overcoming Fear of Abandonment and Building Lasting and Loving Relationships. And this book was written by Michelle Skeen. This book was life-changing for me. This book took me into this journey of self-evaluation
And I was able to understand and identify many of my traumas, many of which I didn't even know I had. My being able to identify them helped me understand myself without judgment. Why I had acted a certain way or made X or Y decision throughout the course of my life. Another important part of this healing process is to have someone to talk to and that you won't be judged. Many times, the closest people in our lives are biased and they will unconsciously judge or will give us advices based on their view of themselves and the view they have of yourself. They may mean well, but they really don't help during this process the way you need to be helped. And it's not fair for you because what you're looking for is to grow, to heal. You're looking for self-improvement. And you will need someone outside of your regular circle of people. And the best person will be a therapist, a coach, or a psychologist. These people are trained to listen and to guide you into finding the answers you need during this journey of self-improvement. Look for someone with whom you connect well with, someone you feel comfortable with and free to be yourself and speak out your concerns and issues without a care. If you cannot connect with that person, how can that person help you? So that is a very, very important piece of this process. Healing is a long process, like I said, but it is a journey worth taking. It will liberate you from huge bags that you've been carrying for far too long and without a reason. At the end of the day, the only person in control of your feelings and of your emotions is yourself. If you're hurting, you can't walk the walk of life properly. You will be hurting all the way, and unfortunately, you will be hurting others along your way, even when you don't mean to do so. If you walk the walk of life being hurt, you won't be able to go too far in your life because you are limping throughout your journey. But that doesn't have to be your story. You can change things around by simply committing to this process of healing. You can and you are capable of taking control of your life and take action into becoming better. But for that, you need to start with a simple decision. The decision of embarking yourself in this journey of self-healing. If you're hurting inside, it will be very difficult to find purpose in life. Being able to heal sets you free in the life you never thought you could live. Being able to heal allows you to enjoy life despite having difficult days. It allows you to help others heal as well. It allows you to be more sensitive and compassionate towards others and to yourself, and therefore you won't be hurting people along your way. There are so many things we need to unlearn and many others we need to learn in order to find true happiness in this journey called life. But the true happiness will come into your life once you heal, because you will see life from a different perspective. The angle changes and so does the view. You will be able to forgive everyone who have ever hurt you, including yourself. This journey of healing is so empowering, and it will take you to the best and ultimate destination of life, which is to learn to love yourself so much that there will be no more pain, no more hurting, no more dragging bags full of traumas and resentment that don't allow you to run and reach your goals. You will have full control of your happiness, and you will shine happiness into other people's life. Healing gives you that freedom and that kind of life. So today, I want to give you 5 detailed steps you can use during your healing process. Number 1, acceptance and self-evaluation. The journey of healing begins with acknowledging and accepting that you need healing. This requires a commitment to introspection and an honest self-evaluation. Identify your pain points, whether they manifest as stress, anxiety, unexplained sadness, defensiveness, or aggression. Reflect on your reactions and behaviors to understand the underlying traumas or issues.
Keep a journal to document your feelings and triggers, as this can offer clarity and patterns in your emotional process. Number 2, you need to be committed. Once you've identified that healing is necessary, make a firm commitment to the process. Recognize that it will take time and effort, but the journey is worth it. Set aside regular time for self-care and healing activities. Even small, consistent efforts can lead to significant progress over time. Number 3, educate yourself. Research and read books related to self-help and psychology to gain insight and tools for healing. Knowledge empowers you to tackle your issues more effectively. A book that really impacted me and that I recommended and mentioned during today's episode is Love Me, Don't Leave Me: Overcoming Fear of Abandonment and Building Lasting Loving Relationships by Michelle Skeen. This book guides you through self-evaluation and understanding your traumas. Make reading part of your daily or weekly routine. Consistent learning will support your healing journey. Number 4, seek professional guidance. While self-help is valuable, having a trained professional like a therapist, a coach, or a psychologist can provide the support and unbiased perspective you need for deeper healing. Now, it's important to know the difference between each. Psychologists have extensive training in human behavior, mental processes, and emotional well-being. They are often equipped with a PhD or a PsyD. They can diagnose mental health conditions using a variety of assessments and tools. They handle complex mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, and personality disorders. They can provide psychological testing and evaluations to uncover underlying issues. So consider seeing a psychologist if you need a diagnosis or if you're dealing with significant mental health challenges. Now, a therapist or counselor, they typically have a master's degree in psychology, counseling, or social work. Their focus is on providing therapy to improve emotional and psychological health. Through regular sessions, therapists help you explore your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. They can help with relationship issues, grieving, stress, self-esteem, and other life challenges. You should consider seeing a therapist to work through specific emotional or relational challenges. Now, a coach focuses on personal and professional development. Their approach is goal-oriented. Coaches help you set and achieve specific personal and professional goals. They work with you to create actionable steps and strategies to reach your objectives. They also provide encouragement and hold you accountable for your commitments. Coaches have the capacity to help you address issues like career growth, life transitions, productivity, and mindset shift. They also help you develop skills for self-improvement and achieving future aspirations. So consider a coach if you need guidance, motivation, and accountability to achieve specific goals or make significant life challenges. But most importantly, find a professional you feel comfortable with. The connection and the relationship with the professional of your choice is crucial, because if you don't feel connected, it's okay to seek somebody else that suits better with your needs. But connection is key in this process. Now, the last one, number 5, build a support system and practice self-compassion. Surround yourself with supportive people who understand your journey and offer encouragement without judgment. Engage in self-compassion practices. Understand that healing is a process that requires ups and downs. Treat yourself with kindness and patience as you do with a close friend. Practice mindfulness and self-compassion exercises. So let me close by saying, healing is a profound journey that requires patience, dedication, and support. by acknowledging your need of healing, committing to the process, educating yourself, seeking professional guidance, and surrounding yourself with supportive people, you can transform your life and find true freedom and true happiness. So now that you know the importance of healing and what it takes, go ahead and pursue that life you deserve to live. If you feel that this is a message you connected with, I am very glad and happy that this will be the beginning of an extraordinary journey of transformation and empowerment for you. So remember that we have a date every Saturday. You can't miss the next episode in which I will be talking about what are you feeding your mind with? Thank you for listening to today's episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that it brought some perspective as well as hope. If there is any particular topic you would like me to discuss, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email at jessica.fuentes@empowered-selflove.com. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me there as empowered.selflove. I also encourage you to visit my webpage, empowered-selflove.com, and explore more about what coaching is all about. In the Services tab, you can sign in for the free discovery session, which is only available on Wednesdays. During the discovery session, I will explain everything you need to know about coaching, the type of coaching I specialize in, and the packages I have available for you. You can find all the links on the episode's notes. Remember, if you like this content or thought of somebody that could benefit from it, please share it with your friends and family. Remember that we have a date every Saturday, and I can't wait for us to meet again. See you next week!